Hello again, everyone. So today I thought we would play and revisit with Old World Style Set 8, The Lost Worlds. And in this set, we actually introduced a couple more borders. And we have the traditional scroll set. And we also have some new buildings and some jungle pieces. We also created 4 inset maps if a GM would like to create something fun like that. We have some new cliff faces. We have pyramids, both step pyramids and the Egyptian style pyramid, and some large termite holes. Just a lot of fun little stuff. So right here, I'm going to zoom out. We're going to click in this box. Right here, I'm using one of our old files where you've seen before in some of our other videos where we've had multiple frames. And I thought it would be fun to use the first map I'm going to start with set 7, Chronicles. We've got our new border from set 8, and I've brought in our border from set 7, Chronicles. The only other piece I'm cheating on is I'm bringing in some pieces from set 4 with the other cultures, these kind of terrazzo squares. So I'm going to decorate this first layer with our buildings and everything, and when we come back, we'll proceed with decorating the town. And here we have, let me go ahead and increase the size there, go to 75%. So as you can see, I've been playing with the frame a little bit, and I've kind of let the frame overlap some of the buildings. I've added in just a little bit of the terrazzo flooring. I've added some buttes here, and I've added a temple where the water comes out of and created some waterfalls. Now the beautiful part of this is that you could actually use from set 3 or several of the other sets. You can even use from set 6 to create more small cliffs, ravines, dig outs and such at this point. So for this, I think we're going to make this more jungle, and for this we're going to kind of have the feeling of the dunes. And I've added kind of the Egyptian style pyramids. And so up here, if you've seen how we do the videos, you always know in this box we can right click and add new, a tile, object, or image layer. So here I've gone ahead and added an object layer. I'm going to go ahead and add one more. We're going to add a tile layer. So for right here, we're going to add this. And we're going to add that. Maybe these are kind of their boundary markers. So up here, let's go ahead and start decorating a little bit. I really love these large stones. And I think for the feeling of this area up here, these would make a lot more sense. I've got a little black obelisk here, and you'll notice if you look real closely, it's partially transparent. So maybe these massive stones, I forget what the name of those are called, moas? Maybe these are all part of this culture up here. And maybe this culture is also, it's largely vegetation, very jungle. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we've got our jungle trees. So we're going to let's start adding some trees around. And we're going to right click, flip horizontally, and now I just turned one tile into 2. And we're just going to keep layering. We'll make this kind of feel like this part has been overgrown. You notice we have 3 different colors of the trees. If I want to, I can go back here. I can pick one of these bottom layers and unlock it. And now I can throw some trees behind some buildings. That one was too far back. Nope, don't like that. It covers up the drum. So we'll just keep that. We'll just keep layering behind here. kind of make this really dense jungle on this side. And I got to go back up to our other object. There we go. Where's that at? There it is. It's got to go right in front of that stone. And maybe there's a few fires scattered about. Indicating people are here. I'm going to leave you one more time, and we come back. I'll show you the fully decorated, and we'll start decorating for the desert scene. I was going to pull you in just for the desert scene, but I thought, you know what? I might as well bring you in here. So I'm on that last object layer. It's the uppermost layer, and all I'm doing is bringing in our vegetation, and let's just kind of go wild. So I got it with the trees, got a bunch of ferns. And since this map is really just to kind of show maybe a jungle culture that it's just everything is overgrown, so you just kind of want to go wild. Let it be overgrown. And beautifully enough, we've also got things like, I'm going to go ahead and right click, add a new object layer, because I want to add a bunch of vines. Maybe crossing the little valley rifts, coming down. Maybe they're actually hanging over the buildings. And I'm going to click in that and expand that. And I like that, so we're going to duplicate that again. We're going to bring some over here. We're going to really let this civilization just be overgrown. We'll do the same with this one. Do we have any others like that? That's going to stay in the desert, I think. I think we'll use those for the desert as well. Okay. And we'll just add a few more here. I'm going to add one right here. And I'm going to expand this. Really give the sense that everything is overgrown here. Then we have our river. Now for this river, most of the water that I created a river here, but most of this is meant for waterfalls. So you'll see in the orientation in the set that they're set up as straight up and down with a lot of light and dark, set up as, you know, just falling water straight down. There's also splashes, puddles, different rocks with effects for adding for like a rapids and such. So for this edge, I kind of want to hide this since that's straight on. Like I mentioned, you can use other sets to create more elaborate rivers since we already have them. Take a little sip of coffee here. And let's just go ahead and decorate around that river. And we'll add some things right up here. Because I just want to break up that edge. I want it to feel like this is really overgrown, and it's something that your explorers will discover as they're in the water, not knowing where the heck did all of this river come from, and why is it coming out of a pyramid? It's up to you to decide if they can drink it or not. There we go. It kind of hides that really straight edge of that. So now in our desert scene, I've added some of our pyramids just using the simple tile layer. And now I'm going to go into the object layer, and we're going to add a few more of these small buttes in here. Just kind of pepper the area. I have others of those. Ooh, that'd be kind of fun. Put a couple things here. See if I can add the fire on top of those, or if I have to add a new layer. Nope, I have to add a new layer. So I'm going to add one more object layer, and now I can put those as lit. And we're just going to kind of decorate out. Maybe there's a couple different styles here. Maybe the pyramids are from an older civilization, and these Puebloan buildings are maybe more recent, or vice versa. Maybe they have a reverence for the past, and the new architecture is just a little bit more cut stone. Maybe it's a blend of both cultures. Who knows? So now we're just going to decorate. Oh, I've got all these vines up here. There's more vines, by the way. I'm just going to do some cacti here. Where are we? Okay, that's that one. So I got to add one more object layer for down here. Yep. And we'll do some Joshua trees. Kind of going off into the distance. Maybe it's a special thing. And put some behind here. And we'll do some cacti. Whoop. Put it right on top. Have one kind of peeking out the side here. And what else we got? I got another one of these I can put in, but I don't want to put it there. I want to put it over here. Now, if we wanted to, we could go back in one of our older sets, like set 4, or even set 5, and bring in some of these dune tiles. Maybe partially bury some of these buildings. I think by now you see the purpose of our sets is being able to use them with one another. Gotta go back up. There we go. Oh, it's gotta go even farther. There we are. Okay, gotta bury it. And we can add some columns maybe that have fallen. You'll also notice in set 4 there's temple ruins. You could add those. But I just wanted to show you set 8 and how set 8 can work with other sets. Let me zoom out. And there you go. You can create 2 drastically different environments for the same map as part of your adventure. Something lush and everything, and maybe it's these canyon walls that creates this arid environment down here. Maybe the amount of vegetation, you might want to put some more vegetation here, and that creates almost like a border or a boundary that this culture can't get up here. Whatever it is, it's up to you to have as much fun as you want with the map. You'll notice over here again, we have a ton of new layers. So I'm going to go ahead and, once again, you've seen me do this before in other videos, I'm going to shift and highlight those layers that I want to combine, and I'm just going to create it as a group. I'm going to group these layers. So now, boink, I can turn that off, and I can make a totally different map using my map backgrounds. And as I collect sets, I can keep putting them down here, excuse me. I can keep putting them down here and just kind of keep playing, going back and forth with different tile sheets. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to sharing the next video with you. Happy mapping!